Welcome to Community Centered, a show that features people in the community doing good things. Now, here are your hosts, Debbie O'Handley and Margi Kyle.
Welcome, welcome. You're listening to Community Centered, and I'm your host, Debbie O'Handley, with my friend Margi Kyle. We have some very special guests today, don't we, Margi?
We always do.
And true that, but we have some real leadership sitting here at this little table of four of us that
Don't you feel important?
I do, because these are really gifted people that really give back to our community in such a great way. So I'm excited to have them at the table and have a great conversation with them on this Easter week. So what
You're
a blessing.
feeling better? We missed you last week.
Much better. My throat was filled with pollen. So was my head. So not like on anyone else. I'm sure everyone else is lamenting the same thing. But yeah, take good care of yourself with that pollen out there.
Yes.
With this bipolar 85 degree one day and 60 the next weather that we're having. But would you like to introduce our first guest?
Certainly would.
Awesome.
And it is a pleasure and an honor to introduce George Searle, president of the Peninsula Community Foundation. And your group does so much good for all the nonprofits in this area.
Well, thank you, but it's a team effort. You know, it takes a village. So
Yes, it does. And then
we're all part of that.
And you are creating something new this year.
Yes, we thought about volunteering, and we get a lot of questions, calls about how can I get involved with a particular charity. And we give them the name and so be it. And we forget about it. And so we decided to get a little bit more serious about it this year and create a volunteer fair.
I love the idea.
And it's just like going to the Business Expo
Yes.
in Huntersville in October. There will be, but we're going to do it at Bethel Presbyterian Church, just off Bethel Church.
Right.
They have a great family center, life center of gym, and it's pretty big. We already have 20 charities already confirmed, and we think we can get another 10. And it's basically you walk through the door and you get to walk around and be greeted by excited, passionate people.
What's the date?
It's in it's May 8th. It's from 1 to 5.
Okay.
And you get to walk around and learn from each other. And then if you see something that you want to volunteer or just put down on in your contacts on your phone, just write it down and start a relationship.
I think that's a great start because so many people ask me, where should I want to volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want to help somebody. And you've got some big names here.
Yes.
Ada Jenkins, Caterpillar,
Right.
Beds for Kids,
Yep.
Cornelius Early Scholars, which I love.
I don't
Angels
see the
Inspiration.
Hope House Foundation on there. We're on there.
Okay.
We should be.
Sure. All
Little
right.
Smiles.
So we're
So we
number
got
21.
21.
Cool Kids, which we've interviewed several times.
Yep.
Watchmen of the Streets. I love that
Yes. Yes.
mission as well.
Yep.
Cane
Yep.
Center.
Gain Center, Cook Clinic, the free
Oh,
clinic in
yes,
Huntersville.
Yeah.
Cornelius Early Scholars
Yeah.
there in Cornelius.
Caterpillar.
Yeah. And the North Carolina Youth Orchestra, that's they used to be Cornelius Youth Orchestra, and that's a great organization. They obviously teach kids how to play instruments, musical instruments.
Is that at Huff High?
No, it's they go everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. They're looking for charity, scholarship funding, because they have every year everybody gets better, right? And it gets to know you more. And so I think they have 30 kids trying to get scholarship money. And it's like,
I will tell you that we had a young lady at Hope House that wanted to learn how to play the trumpet.
yeah,
And so we went to them and we were able to get her scholarship. And she's taking trumpet lessons
Oh, what fun.
out in the
yes.
backyard. It's not an animal. It's her learning how to play the trumpet. So they are an amazing organization.
It's better than drums inside.
Yes. Thank you, George. That's a good one for sure.
I've had both.
Tell us, George, a little bit about the Peninsula Community Foundation for folks that are listening. Who are you?
Sure. Well, thank you. We're about 23, 24 years old. Started with some golfers down there at Peninsula Club who just sat after a round of golf and said, "Boy, we are so lucky, and we live in a great place. We need to do something to give to the community." And so that began Peninsula Community Foundation. We're concentrating in charities that are in Cornelius, Huntersville, and Davidson. So it's local money. So when you give, it's right here. It stays right here.
Yep.
It's an all volunteer board. So we're 13 board members. So we don't have much expenses other than mailings and such like that. So what you give, almost all goes back into the community. And we look for charities that are focused in health, education, and children, families, and individuals. And so you've read a lot of those already that represent that. Last year we gave to 32 charities here in our community. So it's a fun organization to be a part of, but it's also someone that you get to see the other side of the track, the need that we have so much here in our community. And it's hidden sometimes, but it's always in front of you as well. So
I don't think I've ever lived in a community that's more giving than the lake.
yeah.
Unbelievable, helping each other
Well, it's
with all our nonprofits and
I
what we
think
do.
the amazing thing for me at the Peninsula Community Foundation is the fact that you not only are philanthropic, but you also are action orientated. So there are folks that you have on your board and outside of your board, or donors that want to learn more than just writing a check. They want to know, how can they make a difference? And so we have folks that will come at Hope House and they'll bring a meal, or they'll do certain things for us where they really want to know, how are they making a difference? And I think you do outside of the box things from other foundations, such as this volunteer fair. That's something that not everybody does.
Yeah.
And, volunteerism is a tough beast to tackle, because you have to try to meet people's expectations of what that should look like. And, we always say at Hope House, when you want to volunteer, what do you want to do?
Right.
Like, you can do anything with us. But trying to get people to come to a place where all of these amazing non-for-profit partners are gathered is a wonderful undertaking, George. And I want to thank you and the board for doing it, because it's first off, it's an opportunity for us to network with each other, and then to have the support of the foundation is incredible.
Well, we thank you, and it's a great thing to be a part of as well. So
Let's give that date one more time.
it's May 8th from 1 to 5
Okay.
at Bethel Presbyterian Church.
And if someone wants more information, can they contact you?
Yes, they can. They can go on the Peninsula Community Foundation online, and but they can also they can reach me through that as well.
Okay. And if you want to donate, you're always more than welcome to donate through our friends at the Peninsula Community Foundation,
Yes.
because the more money raised, the more people we get to help.
That's right.
Yes,
And
thank
that
you.
make an impact in our lake area.
Macintosh Law presents Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle. Coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, after some morning clouds, more sunshine back for our Tuesday afternoon, although it's a cooler and windy day of weather. High temperatures only around 70, that wind gusting up around 30 miles an hour at times. Really going to be blowing that pollen around, and also creates a high fire danger for our Tuesday around Lake Norman. Overnight low temperatures get chilly, falling back into the mid-40s. For your Wednesday, less wind day, but still on the cooler side, around 70. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Nina's Boutique.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. 3 days of live music kick off on Thursday at Bin 110 in Cornelius. Ryan Winters opens up the performances on Thursday. Simple Soul takes the stage on Friday, while Hey Ladies will get you moving on Saturday. Bin 110 welcomes great local musicians Thursday through Saturday. The 500 Club in Statesville is having Easter brunch this Sunday afternoon. Come celebrate the holiday with your friends and family and enjoy the club's delicious food with first-class service. Call 704-872-9990 or visit the 500 Club online for more details on Easter brunch. The Spring Gospel Music Fest will be at Alexander Central High School Auditorium in Taylorsville on April 24th. Gold City and Sabbath Quartet are the featured performers with showtime scheduled for 6:30 p.m. For more information, call 828-383-5176. Enjoy the Spring Gospel Music Fest in Taylorsville on Thursday, April 24th. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway on April 25th through the 27th with the annual 4-Wide Nationals. See 40,000 horsepower at one time when drag racing's finest stars line up to compete 4-wide. Every ticket is a pit pass, so come early to see your favorite drivers and cars up close before they race at over 300 miles per hour. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information about the NHRA 4-Wide Nationals on April 25th through the 27th. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
MerleFest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Floors, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
Now back to Community Centered, presented by Macintosh Law, only on 1059 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back. George is going to stick around for the rest of the hour, so I'm hoping if you have a question for either George or Crystal, who I'll introduce in a minute, that you will call in before we say goodbye at 4 o'clock with your questions, or call in at any time. It is a pleasure to introduce the managing partner for Firebirds Restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants in Burkdale, Crystal Keatts. And we've gotten to know each other over the years. And I said to you, what is Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation? And you blew me away.
Thank you very much.
With Lemonade Stand can raise $3.5 million for kids with cancer.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell you how you came to that decision to start something like that.
Yes, well, it's really a company decision. Alex's Lemonade Stand has been around since 2000, and we were introduced to them through our current CEO, Steve Kislow, and he just loved the idea of it. It's raising money and raising awareness for childhood cancer research. So luckily, as a managing partner, I get to promote that fun atmosphere through work and, really help with all the fundraising and get as creative as possible with it.
So Alex must have been somebody's child or...
Yes, yes. Alex was a little girl, Alex Scott. She was diagnosed with neuroblastoma
Okay.
right before she was a year old.
Oh,
And,
gosh.
she had undergone many, many treatments over her young lifetime. And right around when she was around 4 or 5, she asked her parents if she could have a lemonade stand to raise money for the doctor so they could help cure cancer, and not just her type of cancer, but all cancers for kids. And her parents, they're like, okay, let's do it. And so they had the first stand, and I think they raised around $12,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just on one stand with like local media. And then at a certain point, her story, it gets a little sad, but some of her treatments ended up being more life extending than life saving. And she said, you know what, I'm going to raise $1 million. Like, I'm going to do it.
And she's 5 years old.
At that time, yeah. And she did end up passing away at the age of 8. But before she passed, she raised $1 million. So very bittersweet. Now the foundation itself has raised over, I want to say, $350 million. And I know Firebirds has donated almost $4 million of that since we've started, only have half of their, lifetime of their charity. But her type of cancer is now curable because of the work that was
Oh
done.
my gosh. What a
So
beautiful
Amazing.
legacy.
her family has continued on, and they're still driving it. And now it's a huge, huge organization all over the country.
Firebirds is everywhere.
Yes. Yes. We're all over the country. We actually are just opening, I want to say it's our 66th location in Annapolis, Maryland, which is actually, that's where I'm from.
Okay.
But yeah,
So they all,
we all participate in
yeah.
it. Every single day, we are donating $1.25 from every lemonade purchased through our restaurant. So whether it's you're dining in or dining out, the $1.25 from every lemonade is donated to the foundation. And then we do a really fun lemonade days where we do different fundraising efforts at the restaurant in the first week of June, and then in our all of our restaurants, um, we'll be having these stands, like live stands, like actual live lemonade stands. It's June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
wow.
Yes. So all Firebirds across the country will be doing this. In our specific location, we'll have stands at our restaurant. On that Saturday, the 7th, we'll have a stand in Birkdale Village. And then on that Sunday, the 8th, we'll also have a stand at the local biker bar in the wind after their
Amazing.
Barstool Church.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about turning a sad story into something that's helping so many
What
children.
a beautiful legacy.
Yes.
Yes. So
Wow.
amazing, so impactful to think of someone that young could create that
Oh my
legacy.
I'll
God.
never drink lemonade again without thinking of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And there's so many, social media posts you'll see with kids, adults, so many different types of groups holding the stands over June and all throughout the year. But specifically June, Firebirds focuses on that.
So is there like marketing material or things like, let's say kids are listening now and they're saying, "Hey, we want to do one on Alex's lemonade stand."
Yeah,
How would they do that?
they can go on to the website, the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation.org. And there are links where you can choose to donate like one time. You could choose to set up um, like a monetary, monthly donation. I am a part of that where they sent me like a really cool, kind of like a Stanley mug, but that's um, bright yellow and bright blue for lemonade, for the Lemonade Stand Foundation. But you can host a lemonade stand. There's links for that. There's so much information on the website. You can just buy
Okay.
some gear and support it through that as well, like a fun hat or pin or bandana, socks, anything.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Out of something so simple as a lemonade stand.
Yeah. It became
You've
a
helped
lot
so
bigger.
many people. Yeah.
hmm Who doesn't love delicious lemonade? And like we
I'm
said
gonna learn
earlier,
to
we
like
can
it
add
again.
we can add a little Tito's if we want to.
And love a little entrepreneur, right? I mean, I love
Yes.
the idea of giving children the opportunity
Yes.
to learn a
Yeah.
skill of being an entrepreneur, a business person, and raising money for
Yeah.
something spectacular.
Yeah, and very selfless because again, there was probably a certain point they knew that again it was more life extending than
Mm.
life saving, and they were still working super hard to make the impact with her legacy and create that. And they've helped so many children.
That's such a
Yeah.
powerful story.
Well, and I think George can even agree. Every dollar makes a difference.
Mhm.
You know, some people, we
Absolutely.
always want big donations, but even the $1 that we get from a child or from someone who doesn't have it to share
Mhm.
is sometimes more impactful than the big dollars because
Absolutely.
it means so much more significantly to them. So
And look at
it's
the
amazing.
idea coming from a child
Yes.
Right.
to help other children.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
Very
don't give them enough
selfless.
credit.
Very true.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah. She had
Yes.
to be.
Yes. And I've definitely met a couple other hero families. We've hosted some of those as well, where some of those have families have went through treatments and the kids came out, on top of the treatments, and there have been one or two where they did not. We have a couple hero families that still come into this day and every single year in June, and we host them, we take care of them, and we just kind of, create that space for them to have those nice memories and to also help raise the awareness and to raise the funds.
Wow.
I think that says a lot about Firebird's business model. That
Yes.
they do something
Yes.
like that. And I'm familiar with it. I've been there many times myself, but this is the first that I'm hearing of that. And now I want to make more reservations
That's
there
right.
because I know
Awesome.
of what they're
Yeah.
doing. And I think
It's
that
amazing.
we need to make more information out
I
there
agree.
about how this is happening. So when you're going through the 6th, 7th, and 8th, let's put that on our community calendar here.
Absolutely.
WSIC so we can promote it more and get some more folks.
Thank you so much.
And maybe we can do something else. We'll figure it out. But definitely love the idea of it. And I think, well done.
And we'll take volunteers as well.
No,
Thank
you will take volunteers. Okay. Well, that's a
sign 'em
special
up.
word. Yeah, we'll sign them up for sure. That's incredible.
Wow.
Well, and you're right. Who doesn't love lemonade?
Delicious.
I don't know anybody that doesn't love it. And the idea of a lemonade stand is timeless.
And that week we'll also have some lemon cookies. We'll have a number of things. Lemonade drop. So we'll have a lot of fun stuff.
Now
Lemon
you're
cake.
talking.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff we do. I don't make all those decisions, but I will pass them along as they come through.
There you go. So tell us, what is it like to be the manager of Firebirds? What does that take?
Oh, well, I love it as I love people and I love making connections, obviously, and connecting the dots with people. But I mean, obviously it's a little hard. You work with a lot of people and you try to please everyone, but it's very rewarding at the end of the day. I love all my employees, all my guests. I like being a part of the community. So even sometimes I'm thinking like, what more can I do even besides what we're doing?
But
So
that really
I love
takes
it.
teamwork.
Yeah, and you probably meet
Yeah.
a lot of people, right? A lot of different
Oh,
people
yeah.
every day. There's you know,
Absolutely.
I
We
know.
have a number of regulars like Margie who come in, and we have a number of new people who might come in here or there. And if they say it's their first time, we try to make it special. But we just like giving people a good experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So even if we miss the mark, sometimes whether it's food or service, we're going to try to make sure everybody leaves super happy because that's how we would want to treat you if you were at our own home. We try to
Exactly.
practice that
Yeah.
hospitality.
I think you can see that in your staff because
Oh,
they
yes.
give good care and they take.
Well, when I walk in, they say, "Oh, you want to see Crystal, don't you?"
Yeah,
No,
they're so
I
sweet.
want to see her, but I want to eat too.
Well, now
Yeah.
we know where we can find Margie. Firebird.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's all really a lovely idea and a really great thing for our community and to get people involved in.
Thanks. I agree. It's one of my favorite things to do with my job. And it's just lovely to already have it kind of in place and then just grow it from there.
Yeah, to have the model and just follow suit from there and just grow it is kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah. And we get a little competitive store to store,
Yeah.
I bet you do.
We sure
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But even if you lose, you win. So,
That's
because
right.
you get these donations. So,
I see that in George too with the
Yeah.
Peninsula Community Foundation. Every year they say, we're going to beat last year. We're going to
Yeah.
raise more money and we're going to do that. You can get competitive with yourself.
yeah.
Well, like Margie said, if you have a call and you have a question for George or Crystal, you can always call 844-STUDIO-4. Reese is waiting to take your call there.
That's right.
And no question is off the table. We'll take anything about lemonade and anything about volunteering or
We
serving
know
in
that
our
Hope
community.
You're out there listening, so give us a call.
Sure, we would love to take your call and try to stump Margie, Deb, or George, or Crystal. That would be pretty cool. But we will be back here shortly from break where we're chatting with George and Crystal from Firebirds here in Huntersville.
Community Centered, presented by Macintosh Law, a staple in our community since 1997. Will return on 1059 100.7 WSIC.
Well, after some morning clouds, more sunshine back for our Tuesday afternoon, although it's a cooler and windy day of weather. High temperatures only around 70, that wind gusting up around 30 miles an hour at times. Really going to be blowing that pollen around and also creates a high fire danger for our Tuesday around Lake Norman. Overnight low temperatures get chilly, falling back into the mid-40s. For your Wednesday, less wind day, but still on the cooler side around 70. That's your forecast. For the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Serving Lake Norman and the Charlotte area for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted source to get you ready for a warm and cozy winter. Experience the feeling of Visit hornhvac.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Are you sick of running out of hot water? Whether it's in the middle of a shower or doing dishes, cold water's never fun. Say goodbye to those surprises with a Rinnai tankless water heater from GMV Energy. This energy-efficient propane-powered solution heats water instantly, so you'll never run out again. Plus, it saves money and frees up space. Propane models start at just $295 after rebates. Visit any G&V Energy location or gbenergy.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Joshua Dobie. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art compounding laboratory, and the Dispill medication packaging system that takes the work out of medication management for those using medication planners. We do it for you. Come see us at Lowry Drug in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Caring for a sick child or aging parent? Visit equityhealthcares.com. They bring expert, personalized care wherever you need it. In office, virtually, or at your home. Equity Health Primary Care or healthcare that fits your life? Visit equityhealthcares.com.
Home of the best talk.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. More than 50% of Americans expect to receive a tax refund this year. That's according to the National Retail Federation's annual tax return survey. And it looks like they'll be spending their refunds a little differently. The survey found nearly half, 49%, plan to put that money into savings. That's up from 28% who did that last year. 33% say they'll use the extra money to pay down their debt. Changes could be coming to SNAP benefits. States are requesting that the Agriculture Department remove soda from the benefit program, and some states, like Arkansas, also want candy ineligible for SNAP purchases. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders tells the Wall Street Journal, "No one is saying you can't have a Coke or a candy bar. She says you just shouldn't buy it using taxpayer money." Stocks are lower on word tariff talks between the European Union and the U.S. did not result in a deal. Markets are down about 0.2%. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
Macintosh Law presents Community Centered with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back. You're listening to Community Centered, and I'm your host, Debbie O'Hanley, with my friend Margi. You know, shout out to the McIntosh Law Firm once again for the wonderful work they do supporting non-for-profits in our community. And I think every attorney there has a non-for-profit that they support. So we want to make sure that our community knows if you need help, contact the McIntosh Law Firm. There is someone there that can fit your needs. And just briefly for those folks that are listening that might not be familiar with what a non-for-profit is, but we are all 501c3s, which means we have a status where the money that we take in, nothing gets for profit. It all goes back into the organization that we are serving. So the Peninsula Community Foundation, Little Smiles, Hope House, and Alex's Lemonade Stand, we are all non-for-profit. So if you're looking to invest your time, your talent, your treasure, whatever it is that you have, find a non-for-profit that speaks to you.
That's right.
And the wonderful volunteer fair that George is hosting along with the Peninsula Community Foundation Board is a wonderful way if you're just curious and you want to learn about a way that you can serve in your community. Please come on May the 8th.
1 to 5.
1 to 5 at the Bethel Community Church, and learn about your non-for-profit partners. These are the folks in your community that are doing good, along with Alex's Lemonade Stand at Firebird. So we were chit-chatting during the break about the Junior Chefs program that you have at Firebirds. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. It's called the Junior Chef Club, and any child can be signed up. Parents actually can sign up their children through their own email, and you can sign up one child or 5, however many you have, and they'll get a free chef T-shirt, a Firebird chef T-shirt, the next time they come in to visit, and all the information is right on the front of our kids menu. So fun ideas, fun little games, and the chef program that you can sign up for. And then they also get a free birthday sundae for their birthday.
How fun is that?
For all the children. So
George, what's that like when you take all the grandkids out to dinner?
I need 2 ATMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call you, Pappy?
Well, they call me Gub Gub.
Gub Gub.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a story,
There's a
behind,
story
that.
behind that,
What is
yes.
that story?
Well, my mother's Norwegian, and I wanted to be called the Norwegian grandfather, which is Gufa, and it came out Gub Gub. So,
Okay, that
but,
works.
It's close.
It's close.
That's
as long as
close.
they, run when I come and have a good time, get to hit the soccer ball, or it's just a good time to have.
How many are there now?
There's 4, 2 girls,
Bless.
2 boys.
Perfect.
Yeah,
You
that's
got a
good
perfect
time.
team there.
There you
That's
go.
for sure. That's awesome. Well, I bet dinner at Firebirds with Glub Glub would be fun.
Yes,
What do you think?
yes, yes.
Let me know. We'll get you in.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like
I
a
would
fun
also
thing.
like to add to the May 8th, if you have children
Mhm.
that are interested in getting involved, or you're interested in getting them involved, that might be, because you're open till 5,
Right.
a great way to bring your kids and let them go around and see which
Yep.
nonprofit they would like to get
Right.
involved with.
That's a good point, Maggie, because there's several that will accept volunteers under 18.
That's right. Many won't. I
Yes, yes, but there's
know
several.
we do, but
Yep.
it's just working in the storage unit and that
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And they have to be 18 to be able to go to the hospital.
Right, right.
But I think it's a great way to bring your kids.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of high school kids that are scrambling
Yeah.
for some
Yeah.
last minute
Yes.
hours
Right,
too
right.
Yes.
to serve.
Yeah.
So it's also a wonderful way to do that as well.
Yeah.
So very nice.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to that.
please give us a call at 844-STUDIO-4. We are here ready to answer any questions. And I went on your website just because I wanted to again. And what's the inner circle?
Yes, the inner circle
Is that a groupie?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when you're in the inner circle, you're super important.
Oh,
VIP,
okay.
of course. But you sign up again for free. You can do it when you're in a restaurant. There's cubes on the table. There's a QR code on the menu, or just when you go on our website. You just sign up with your name, your email, your birthday, and we send you a nice little $10 reward for joining our inner circle.
Okay.
And then we send you another one, $10 for your birthday. And it's just a way to stay connected with the different things that Firebirds is doing. We might promote, our Wine Down Wednesdays or our Martini Mondays. And if you're in the know, you'll know about the specials for anything we're doing. Something we're doing soon for Armed Forces Day is we'll be feeding veterans, active duty, Armed Forces on the Wednesday before the Armed Forces Day. So we'll send a blast out about that saying, hey, come get your free meal if you're a veteran or active duty.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really
so
nice.
there's some really cool stuff in there. You can get some discounts, but also just kind of be in the know. be a part of our inner circle.
I love when you come to Firebirds and you're greeted and they say, "What are you celebrating today?" And I
Yeah.
think that's just such a nice little touch,
It
right?
is.
To know
Yeah.
that sometimes you just say, we're just having dinner, but you know what? It should be a celebration.
Right.
A
Well,
meal
you
should be
came
a
to the right
celebration.
place.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. One would hope, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Goodness.
Celebrate life.
What are some of the most popular items on the menu?
So one of my personal favorites for lunch, and I know Margie loves it too, is the grilled tenderloin salad. It's really yummy.
Oh
It's,
my God, there's
filet
nothing
or
better.
grilled. Anything off the grill is really delicious. Our fresh grilled shrimp and strawberry salad is
That's good too.
amazing. Firebird chicken pasta at dinner. If you're going a little heavier, our slow roasted prime rib is just to die for. It's like, cutting it into it and it's falling off the fork.
And your
Baby
carrot
back
cake.
ribs.
is-
Oh, yes. So many good desserts.
With ice cream?
Yeah.
It is
It's
amazing.
served warm with some nice salted caramel. There's so many good desserts. There's too many.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yes.
You're getting us ready for dinner, that's for sure.
know.
But tell us, with Alex's lemonade stand, is there a certain amount of dollar that you want to raise at your store? Like, are you in competition with yourself or?
The past 3 years out of our amount you're raising
That's right.
money.
Absolutely.
right.
For
Yeah.
such a great
Yeah.
cause. I think that's incredible that, you're fighting for something really
Well,
cool.
next
Yeah.
time I'm going to go in and say I want a lemonade martini.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
We
think
can make that
is
happen.
Is that a lemon drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would know that, but
So a lemonade cured type of cancer. Is that
Yeah. I
basically
guess
what
you
it
could
is?
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the lemonade is kind of the symbol and
Yeah.
all the awareness it raised and also the bright colors. Everything with lemonade days, you see yellow and blue and just makes you feel good. I have
Fresh.
lots of lemon
yeah,
clothes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
jewelry myself,
I bet.
but it's just fun.
Does a Arnold Palmer count as a lemonade?
Oh,
That's a good question. I'll
Says
have
the
to ask that
golfer.
question, right? We'll just bring you in a lemonade splash of iced tea.
There you go.
But we'll
That'll
make it
work.
happen. We'll make it
Yeah,
happen.
that's incredible. I think it's just such a beautiful model for everybody to learn from and know about that something really glorious could happen from something so bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it brings hope. And that's what we're all about is bringing hope back and
Love it.
doing it with a smile. Right, Margie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's great. Well, we're
And
getting,
when we got our purple spaces too.
yes,
Turning a
absolutely.
bad situation into a purpose is really beautiful.
Pain into purpose for
Yeah.
sure. We're getting ready to go on another break. This time is just flying. We're going to come back for our last segment. But again, if you have a phone call that you want to make, 844-STUDIO-4, we are here ready to take your call.
Stay with us. We'll have more of Community Centered presented by Macintosh Law with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, after some morning clouds, more sunshine back for our Tuesday afternoon, although it's a cooler and windy day of weather. High temperatures only around 70, that wind gusting up around 30 miles an hour at times. Really going to be blowing that pollen around and also creates a high fire danger for our Tuesday around Lake Norman. Overnight low temperatures get chilly, falling back into the mid-40s. For your Wednesday, less wind day, but still on the cooler side around 70. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. 3 days of live music kick off on Thursday at Bin 110 in Cornelius. Ryan Winters opens up the performances on Thursday. Simple Soul takes the stage on Friday, while Hey Ladies will get you moving on Saturday. Bin 110 welcomes great local musicians Thursday through Saturday. The 500 Club in Statesville is having Easter brunch this Sunday afternoon. Come celebrate the holiday with your friends and family and enjoy the club's delicious food with first-class service. Call 704-872-9990 or visit the 500 Club online for more details on Easter brunch. The Spring Gospel Music Fest will be at Alexander Central High School Auditorium in Taylorsville on April 24th. Gold City and Sabbath Quartet are the featured performers, with showtime scheduled for 6:30 p.m. For more information, call 828-383-5176. Enjoy the Spring Gospel Music Fest in Taylorsville on Thursday, April 24th. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway on April 25th through the 27th with the annual 4-Wide Nationals. See 40,000 horsepower at one time when drag racing's finest stars line up to compete 4-wide. Every ticket is a pit pass, so come early to see your favorite drivers and cars up close before they race at over 300 miles per hour. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information about the NHRA 4-Wide Nationals on April 25th through the 27th. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
MerleFest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Floors, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
Call now to speak with Debbie O'Hanley and Margi Kyle at 844-STUDIO-4. It's community-centered on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back. This is our last segment. The time is flying. It always does. But George, let's start with you, your website, how to get a hold of you.
Great, I will. But first, Margie and Debbie, thank you so much for all that you all do for the community. You're always out there pushing things and making things better. So we really appreciate what you do. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. Yes, just as a reminder, it's May 8th, 1 to 5 at Bethel Presbyterian Church, off of Bethel Church.
Right. Off of Catawba.
Catawba, exactly. And if you want more information, you can go on our website, Peninsula Community Foundation website, which is your, PCF Gala, GALA.org, yourpcfgala.org. And we just had a brand new website we installed last month. And so we have all the information there. And I also want to thank all of our donors that have been with us throughout these 23, 24 years. It's amazing, as we said, that this is such a great community, a giving community. But it's a two-way street, right? Because you have to have a passion. You have to have something that tugs at your heart. And Debbie and Margie, you all do that a lot, and it presents a lot of opportunity to be able to invest in our community, and that's the biggest thing. It's this money stays right here in these three towns, and makes a huge difference. So you might be driving down Catawba on the other side of the interstate, and you'll see several charities that are being helped right there. So it's amazing. Little circle that we all live in. So thank you. Thank you.
Two other things that now you mention it. Gala. Do you have a date yet for this year's gala?
Oh, my. Yes. Yeah, we do. It's November 15th.
And do you have a theme?
We do, but it's not public size.
Not for public consumption
because
yet.
We're still Pam Varghese would probably shoot me if I told you over the radio.
We won't get you in trouble, that's for sure.
Did you say November 15th?
November 15th.
And also, George, tell if any of our non-for-profit partners are listening, how they can apply for funding.
Great question.
Yeah.
Go on our website, and there's a page there for grants. It's a 4-page application, fill in the blanks kind of thing. If you need any help understanding the application or just give us a call, there's a way to contact us via email as well, and we'd be glad to. We have 2 cycles. Our first cycle of grant application is May 15th, so that's coming up pretty soon. And the second one is October 15th. So we try to stick to those so we can plan on how our money's coming in and going out. But if there is any emergency, we're able to be flexible as well. Some of our examples are we just helped a lady in Smithville that was spent the whole winter heating her house with heat lamps. And so you can imagine that. And so in partnership with New Blue, we were able to give her a brand new HVAC in
Nice.
Smithville Community Correlation. So things like that, as I said, stay right here in our community and make a huge
That's right.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
Things that we take for granted, heat, for example,
That's right.
or air, people are without sometimes. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. I know there's a lot of non-for-profits in our area that are absolutely blown away by the support that the Peninsula Community Foundation
Yes.
gives them and actually depend on that support for sure. So thank you once again, George, and your amazing board. And Gary, I'll see you tomorrow, and Brianna at our new builds. And Crystal, tell us, how do people get in touch with you? Or obviously we know where Firebirds is, but maybe everybody doesn't. So let us know.
Oh, sure. I mean, obviously, you can give me a call. Our phone number is 980-399-6999. My name's Crystal Keatts. I'm always there. Also, if there's anything specific, anyone can email me at any time. It's Crystal, Crystal, .Keatts, Keatts, at FB, as in firebirdsgrill.com. And if you want to look up anything about Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, obviously they have their own website as well.
Okay.
And what were those dates again?
So we'll be holding our live stands June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay.
So at the restaurant, we'll have a lemonade stand the 6th, 7th, and 8th at our restaurant out front. And then we'll have one on Saturday in Birkdale Village. Usually start around 11 or 12 on that Saturday the 7th. And then the same thing at In the Wind Bar on Saturday the 8th after the Barstool Church lets out. So yeah, a couple of fun things to look forward to.
Barstool Church. Let me just give you a little history on that. So they are a mission of Lake Forest Church, and the idea was to plant 10 of them around 485 in a bar for folks who felt like they weren't comfortable coming to church anymore. And I've been going since they've been supporting the Hope House at Christmas time. They're the most gentle, kind, compassionate group of people that you will ever meet, and they love Jesus. That's for sure. I can tell you that. And so when it comes to this lemonade stand, I can imagine that those big old burly bikers are going to be really generous with their time and talent for sure. And it is actual church in a bar. Every Sunday, the pastor says that. He goes, "Yep." People say, "You do church in a bar, Bloody Mary Sunday." You have people that are, but
It's
he'll
a
say,
whole new thing for
he'll
me.
say, you know, if Jesus is going to come back, he's going to come to the bar first, so you might as well be there. But they are really lovely people, and so I'm going to hope to help out on that Sunday there
Absolutely.
and get
Love
you
that.
some money raised, and I'll talk it up through. I know a few people that we can
Lovely.
raise
Thank
some money
you.
for you for sure. But anything else you want to share with us one last time here about Alex's Lemonade Stand or Firebirds?
You know, just come out and see us and see for yourself how awesome it is, you know. And like we said earlier, like no small dollar amount is too small. Obviously, we'll take everyone's money. But no, everything is just, it's really rewarding. It's really fun. And you'll see our staff all dressed up, our staff volunteers. Some of them bring their kids for the stands. So if anybody wants to bring their kids out, we'll have, you know, bubbles and different stuff. We usually do sidewalk chalk and all kinds of fun stuff. But I mean, it's just a really fun thing to do.
Sounds like a great thing, a great day.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a guest here on Community Center.
Thank you so
are
much for having me.
Definitely putting hope back in the headlines.
Oh, thank you guys
with
so
your
much for
story.
hosting us.
And
We
you
really appreciate
haven't
it.
stopped smiling either. So we love that. You had both hope and smile at the same time. And George, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. I know it's, you know, you make leadership look really easy.
Oh,
And it's not.
Takes a
So
village,
yes,
takes a
it
village.
does take a village. You have an amazing team
Yes.
underneath you that really participates and helps. So that impact, like we talk all the time, Margie, about the pebble that gets thrown into the lake, just the ripples that go out with the work that you do is just phenomenal. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
What you got? What's your favorite jelly bean flavor?
Well, I love black too.
You do? Black
I
licorice?
do.
Yeah. How about you, George? What's yours?
Probably red. Yes,
Red,
strawberry.
strawberry or
Yeah.
cherry. And you, Crystal?
Well, I like the Starburst ones.
Oh, you know, I saw them and I thought,
I
dare
like-
I?
Well, they're really yummy and fruity.
So that'll
Yeah.
So
that'll
are you
work.
going away for Easter?
Nope, I will be here. We were doing a Easter egg hunt at Hope House on Saturday and a Easter breakfast for them
Good.
over there, and that's my fun day with them. Enjoy a little fun time.
We're taking gift bags to all the hospitals with toys and blankets and
Nice.
and then donuts for the nurses.
Nice.
Yeah.
So nice.
This weekend?
Yeah, Thursday,
that's
Friday, and
nice.
Saturday.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about your mission, Margie, that you don't forget that there's a holiday, right?
That's right.
And these kids are spending it in the hospital. So
Well, one of our friends' daughter was in the hospital, and we provide blankets for them, and she did not want to leave that blanket behind. When the nurse said, "No, it's yours to keep," she said, "Okay, I'll go home then."
yeah. You can go home now, that's for sure. Well, and just a special thought for you, Margie, that I'll be thinking about you on Monday.
Thank you.
I know it's your 2-year anniversary,
It
but
is.
you are handling it with such grace.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see.
Well, I just think the biggest word in my dictionary is gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got to keep thinking that way.
And I'm picturing you on Monday at Firebirds with a lemon drop martini.
Yes,
Celebrating.
definitely.
Definitely celebrating something special. And I think that's
Yeah, I'm going to take my
honorable.
son and his beautiful bride out for dinner because they
Lovely.
have done so much for me over the last 2 years. So,
Lovely.
yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we want to wish all of our listeners a happy holiday weekend, Passover, Easter, all of the good stuff that everyone, spring, celebrating pollen, all of the good and wild, crazy stuff that's happening, and golfing. I'm sure you'll be out on the course there. But yeah, it's been a great show today, learning about Alex's Lemonade Stand and the PCF and the amazing work they do. I'm excited to go to the volunteer fair.
I'm looking forward to it very
I
much.
hope we get some great people that, some of our lifelong friends, my husband and I, have been volunteers that have come to Hope House. You find such
Yeah,
commonality when
that's
you
right.
want to volunteer and give back that, that's a great way to start a friendship for sure.
And we want to bring 200 of those friendships together. We'd like to
Okay.
just put them, everybody in there.
Is that the number you're shooting for?
That's my number. I don't know
Okay.
if it's the real number, but that's my number.
Okay, George, you always give us something to just keep doing better at. So we'll try to promote that as best we can. But again, happy spring, everyone. We hope that everyone has a wonderful holiday, safe season. And if you're listening, drive careful.
Yep.
Out there. Thanks for listening to Community Centered with George Searle and Crystal from Firebirds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville,